Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The New York Jets are receiving tremendous praise from two top NFL coaches. We'll break that down. Plus, Neal Loski, winner, advances to the national title game tomorrow afternoon. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, here on a Wednesday. Reminder to get your draft ticket locked in. We have less than 70 spots available. We will sell out. It will be crazy. So if you want to join us, lock in your ticket. It includes a complimentary drink. It includes entry into our raffle that's featuring signed items from Sauce Gardner, Jermaine Johnson, Joe Klecko, Nick Mangold, Garrett Wilson, and perhaps Joe Willie Namath. Plus tickets to a Jet game, Yankee game, and much more. Fireman Ed will be there. Some of your favorite Jet content creators are going to be there. So lock in your ticket. All you need to do is click the link in the description, and it will take you to the site where you put your name and your email in on the right, and boom, you pay for your general admission ticket or can reserve a table for your group. All right, before we get to ASMANIAC Madness, and oh boy, am I excited for the Neal versus Loski showdown. Let's talk about the latest with the New York Jets. Obviously, the biggest story with not just the Jets, but any team is the NFL draft. And we are just 15 days, 9 hours, 33 minutes, and 11 seconds from the draft. But hey, who's counting? But while the draft is taking center stage, the Jets have started their offseason program. And Aaron Glenn said the line last week at the owners' meetings that he is going to go out there and not worry about the playoffs, not worry about the Super Bowl. He's worried right now about building the culture, changing the culture. Well, the only way I believe you could change the culture is by winning games. And I've said that. That said, we got to give this new regime a chance, and we'll see, what they're going to do, what their vision is for the football team. That's all we could hope, that they know what they're doing. Now, people who have worked with Aaron Glenn, people that have worked with Darren Muji, they say great things. I think what's fascinating, though, when it comes to the Jets is I don't know if we know a whole lot about who the offensive coordinator is, Tanner Engstrand. And I think in the case of Engstrand, this is a guy that has never been a play caller before at the NFL level. Pretty young guy. It's not, not a guy with like this personality that like you'd watch the Lions and you would know who that guy is. There's a giant unknown with who Tanner Engstrand is. So I thought it was really cool to see that the New York Jets official media team sat down with someone who knows Tanner Engstrand about as well as anyone. And that's the new head coach of the Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson. Remember, we're talking about Aaron Glenn. We're talking about Darren Muji. We're talking about Justin Fields. I could argue Tanner Engstrand might be the most important figure for the 2025 Jets to have success. Obviously, Aaron Glenn is the head coach, and it's his football team, and it's his job to get the whole team ready. But we all agree, hey, if this team's going to surprise and be better than we expect, and, Fields is going to do what Sam Darnold has done, Fields is going to do what Baker Mayfield has done, well, then you got to have a great offensive mind helping him. And Aaron Glenn, while he says he will coach the whole team and he's not a defensive coach, he's a coach, the reality is he's not the play caller. He's not installing the offensive game plan every week. He'll help, but that's Engstrand's responsibility. And he's an unknown. Just like we don't know who Glenn is as a coach yet, we don't know who Engstrand is as the offensive coordinator. So this was Ben Johnson appearing on the Jets in-house media podcast, being asked about Tanner Engstrand, who was the passing game coordinator under Ben Johnson when Johnson, of course, was the Lions offensive coordinator the last several years.
He was an integral part of what we were doing there. I got to know him. It was before Dan even took the job there in Detroit. I think Tanner came on as a quality control there the last year of Patricia, and he had a similar trajectory as I did. We just kind of climbed the ladder the same way, starting low and then tight end position and a passing game coordinator role. And so he and I have a shared experience, a shared bond that way. I leaned heavily into him. The last 2 seasons, we had Johnny Morton, who's now in Detroit as a coordinator, the first year that I was calling it. And Tanner was the tight ends coach, and we ended up moving him to passing game coordinator, effectively taking over for Johnny Moe. And he is completely ready for this next challenge. He's called plays in his past, and so I think each and every game when I was calling it, he was doing the same thing in his own head.
Yeah,
so,
what's that like, taking on those responsibilities for the first time, as far as like in a game that you're going to be the guy week in, week out?
Yeah, no, I think he's very similar to AG. He's an excellent communicator. He'll do a great job in front of the room with the players. I think where Tanner's really going to excel is he's been able to really thrive in these game management spots. So he understands the situation in the game. What do we need yardage-wise to get into field position, whether it's a field goal or an attempt to score a touchdown. And so he's very advanced in that area. And so quick thinker. And like I said, he was huge impact on our process over the last couple of years.
So there you go. A good breakdown there from Ben Johnson on Tanner Engstrand. If you watch the film review we did last week with Fialco, he pulled 10 plays from different teams around the league and said Tanner Engstrand should be incorporating this into the offense. Aaron Glenn has already come out and said he expects Fields to break out. He's alluded to the fact they're going to let him play quarterback. Well, Engstrand's the guy that has to make all that happen. Maybe he's the next Ben Johnson, right? Maybe he did learn a lot from being around him. He certainly has been around some great coaches. We know about Dan Campbell and obviously Ben Johnson, but he's been around Harbaugh at the college level too. So, time will tell what exactly this offense looks like, but I'd imagine, based on the fact that Aaron Glenn pushed back on Samini's question at the owners' meeting, saying, well, Engstrand, he comes from an offense that was more of a traditional drop-back offense, not like a run-style, run-first offense. And Glenn cuts him off and says, well, I guess you didn't see what he did in college. And if you go back and look, those offenses with Harbaugh, ground and pound, RPO-style offense. And that's the way the Jets will have success if they're going to have success. I don't know if Justin Fields is going to be a franchise quarterback. I do know that you could win games with him if the coaching is really good. I mean, Pittsburgh went 4-2 with him as their starter last year. Why? Mike Tomlin's a really good coach. We know this. Guy wins no matter who his quarterback is, which is almost unheard of in the NFL. To have that level of sustained success. One thing to have like a fluky, 10-win season here or there, or, Brian Dable could get 9-7-1 out of Daniel Jones. But the great coaches are consistently good no matter what. They just figure it out. Maybe they have a down year here or there, but then they bounce back almost immediately. We don't know. That's the thing. I do know this. That's why I think trading Breece Hall would be ridiculous. They got to run the crap out of the ball, and it's on Engstrand to put together, that type of offensive game plan. That does tap into the strengths that this team should have. They should have a pretty good offensive line. Should be a very good offensive line. If they take Armand Membu at 7, that's the expectation, right? All you people saying, get the tackle, build the trenches. Well, we better be the best team at running the ball in the NFL. We better be right there with some of the elite teams like Philadelphia and Baltimore because we have the personnel to do it, right? That's what you're saying. If you're taking a tackle at 7, you have AVT, first-round pick, sending player, contract year, ready to go. Joe Tippmann will be a third-year player, ascending player. John Simpson, one of the better guards in the league last year when you look at it, and on a great deal for one more year. Olu Fashanu, I believe, is going to be a really good Pro Bowl level tackle for years to come. Like, if that's the plan, then your O-line better be the reason why they're winning games. And we've seen it. You can win games that way. The Jets did it in 09 and 10 with Rex. Now, I think today's NFL is a little different. You got to throw a little more. But they got to design the right offense around Fields. And, that's up to Engstrand, who was the passing game coordinator for Jared Goff. But now it's totally different when we're talking about a player like Justin Fields. But as Aaron Glenn wants to remind everyone Engstrand can do it because he has been around it before, just maybe not at the NFL level. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. One other piece of, I thought, interesting audio to play for you here before we get to why everyone's truly here. That's a Final Four matchup between King Loski and Neal, with the winner headed to our national championship game tomorrow. I enjoyed these comments here from former Jet quarterback and the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, Kevin O'Connell. He was a guest on the Jets podcast, and this was Kevin O'Connell being asked about Aaron Glenn.
So much respect for him. Another guy, talk about being primed and ready. He's been a guy that could have been, a head coach years ago. What he did in Detroit, the way those guys played, their grit, their play style, their toughness, got guys that love football to all play together as one unit. AG's got every quality that Jets fans would want in a head coach, and he does it in a way that is so him. It's so authentic. It's so real. You can't help but gravitate towards that. I think the world of him. I've competed against him. I've coached with him on some staffs before. So happy for AG, and he's a great person. He's a great man. He's made of the right stuff to lead an organization, and I think Jets fans are going to love him.
I hope. We love him as a player. We love him when he's at the podium, right? We love him when he pushes back on the media or calls out a silly question in his eyes. You just hope to God he can go out there and be the guy to lead this team going forward. Get this team to finally represent how great this fan base is. That's the bottom line.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What I didn't realize, though, until I was doing some, research into Kevin O'Connell, when he mentioned in that cut that he's been on the same staff as Aaron Glenn, I was thinking, when was that, right? I'm thinking about Kevin O'Connell's coaching career, right? He was with Shanahan and McVay on that Washington Redskins coaching staff. He was an OC there briefly. Then he goes with McVay to the Rams. I'm like, when was he with Aaron Glenn, who was with the Saints and Lions? I think we forget Aaron Glenn's coaching career also included a stop in Cleveland in 2014 and 2015 as the assistant defensive backs coach. Kevin O'Connell was the Browns quarterback coach in 2015. So he has been on the same staff as Aaron Glenn. I did not realize that. So that was interesting to learn from that answer there. I think we always just assume, Glenn went from scouting with the Jets, and then he jumped right into coaching with the Saints. No, he had to stop in Cleveland first for 2 years as a assistant DB coach, then became a full-time DB coach at the Saints from 16 to 20. Went with Campbell to the Lions in 21 as their DC for 3 years, and then became the head coach, obviously, of the Jets this past offseason. But here's the thing, right? Aaron Glenn might be ready to be the head coach. Guess what? The Lions were awful his first year there. It wasn't him. They didn't have the players. So we could talk all this talk about changing the culture and doing the right way. You only change the culture by eventually winning. That's it. Winning is the great deodorant. Don't get sucked into building it the right way and doing it this, that. You got to win games, man. You got to win games. Obviously, the goal is to win games and be sustainable in doing so, right? You're competitive every year. You got a chance. But, don't be sold on 4 or 5 wins, but we look good doing it. No, man. Time to win. There's talent on this team. Aaron Glenn's own words before he's now talking about culture is we got to win now and going forward. Muji echoed the same sentiment. So let's go. Surprise us. Go 9-8. Give us a winning season for the first time in a decade. Don't sell me on 7-10 being progress. It's not. I don't want to hear it. But you like what you heard there from both Ben Johnson and Kevin O'Connell. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Before we get to ASMANIAC Madness, reminder, this week we have an epic ASMANIAC raffle. Raffle number 22. We're giving away a first-time item here. Signed Super Bowl III helmet by Broadway Joe. The helmet includes the display case with the engraving that says Joe Namath, New York Jets, quarterback, Super Bowl III MVP. That is prize 1. Prize 2 is a signed helmet by Jets Hall of Famer Curtis Martin. Our theme this week is retired numbered Jets. Prize 3, a signed football by Hall of Famer Joe Klecko. So every gifted membership gets you in the Asmaniac raffle. And let's shout out the Lup Man, who's the first to gift today. He has gifted 5 channel memberships.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
If you hear your name called, you thank Luppy, Whitney Reynolds, Phil M., Jay Chucky, Mario Ranieri, and Derek Saunders. They all just received channel memberships. Oh, wait. There's more. Alini in North Carolina checks in. She's gifted a channel membership. Leanie, your channel membership went to listener Romeo. So congrats to Romeo, and Leanie is in the raffle for 1. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Let's set the stage right now for what should be an all-time matchup. Neal Loski, winner, advances to our first ever national title game tomorrow afternoon. 2 great Asmaniacs, 2 great people, 2 OGs of this show, but only one can advance. Our final 4 is, of course, set. It's King Loski and Neal on the left side of the bracket. It's Gary and Mr. Bonesy on the right side of the bracket. Gary and Bonesy will face off during the afternoon show today. And the winner of that game, of course, will face the winner of our game. That's about to start right now between Neal and Loski. Before we get to Neal and Loski, a couple clips to give you a little feel for both of these outstanding Asmaniacs. That's what we're talking about here. The passion of Neal. But if you want passion, I mean, come on now.
Excuse me, miss. I need to return this damn child. He's no good. Sometimes a child just is no good. Take his one back.
Or this. And last but not least, this.
I can't believe you cut me off, Jake.
Blast off. Yeah. Neal versus Loski. Who you got? Winner advances to the national title game. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hand things over to the voice of Asmaniac Madness. Here is Jim Nance to get voting underway.
It's time for Asmaniac Madness. Who will cut the nets down as the top Asmaniac for 2025? Some of you don't even care, but we do. Let's get to it.
Let's be real. We all care at this stage of our tournament. And in honor of this matchup getting underway, ladies and gentlemen, a quick wardrobe change. Got to pay homage to both of these legendary Asmaniacs. Here we go. Got my cigar for Neal, my bucket hat for Loski. Let's freaking go. Asmaniac Madness, our final 4 is underway. All right, comments, questions, super chats. Cut the line. Who you voting for and why? Bo C. Who else than Bo? He's in the Asmaniac raffle for 10.
I need some of your mama's chicken soup.
One more Loski chant.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 10 from Bo, and then let's get to your calls and your thoughts on what Kevin O'Connell and Ben Johnson had to say. Dawn Marie, CJ Crypto, Jay Graves, Justin Jokinen, Flex Hayes, Fahad Alatalbi, Blake, Javed Cole, Thomas Carreri, RX Moves, all receiving channel memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, first up on our Gusbuster hotline today is a man in action this afternoon. The 3 seed taking on the 2 seed. The great Mr. Bonesy starts us off.
The only thing better than all them shoes is Joey D, cause he totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy.
Jake, my brother.
Bonesy.
What's going on, man?
How you feeling? Big day for you, Bones.
It's a big day. Very exciting. I'm still. Can we just talk Jets for 1 second? You know what? I hate listening to these type of interviews because it sucks me in. You know, like I like. You know, I've been really like keeping even keel, just like appreciating how Aaron Glenn handles stuff and loving what I've been hearing. Besides the low key free agency, I've been trying to lay low. I'm not trying to come out and be too crazy positive, but like that's just hearing that about Engstrand is like, it's just, I don't know. I hate it. Just sucks me in. It's kind of like I was getting with LaFleur when we first got LaFleur. Like, I was really big on LaFleur. I thought he was like, 'cause I loved what his brother does with the Packers. So I was really big on LaFleur at the beginning, like thinking he was, and I still think that, you know, not to get into the past, but I still think LaFleur got the shaft and he took blame on Zach Wilson when we saw what ended up happening. Because when LaFleur had other quarterbacks, his offense ran pretty smooth. So not to defend him too much, but anyway, I love hearing this stuff that especially what Ben Johnson said and Kevin O'Connell. Those are two minds you want to hear this from. So it's just sucking me in. It's always I always get sucked in a little bit.
That's
the
thing, right? Like, that's why they do these interviews, right? That's why they have these team media employees, right? Like, you'll never hear Eric Allen or anyone that works for the Jets say something bad about the Jets. They're only going to accentuate the positives, right? They'll turn the page on the last regime that was a nightmare. You won't hear a peep about that. Now it's all about Aaron Glenn and Luigi are great, and let's talk to people who say they're great. Like, and that's their job. I'm not criticizing. That's team media. Like, they're not independent. They're not working for they work for the Jets. They get a paycheck from Woody Johnson. So, like, exactly. Yeah, I mean, but I don't think it's irrelevant, right? I think it's good to hear that stuff when you get a little deeper dive into who these people are, especially Engstrand. We know who Glenn is. We watched him as a player. We don't know who Engstrand is, and I think he's arguably the most important coach on the staff, you could say.
100%, especially with how we're going all in with Justin Fields. It just seems like Engstrand is going to be a huge part of his development and his success in the offense. So, you know, I do love hearing that. You know, this is where Allen it kills it, because Allen is negative all the time. So like, he can keep even kill negative through like this. Well, but that's where I said, like, Allen, how are you a real Jet fan? Because how do you not just kind of feel, you know, just a little like, you like hearing good stuff, makes you feel good. That's all I'm saying. It makes me feel good. So
now, Bones, a couple of things. One, your phone's a little crackly, so do something to fix that by the time you compete this afternoon. But with that said, how do you feel going into this matchup against Gary? What are your honest thoughts on what it will take to take down Mr. 3D Boxing?
Well, I feel good. You know, I feel like it's going to be close. It's going to be a great matchup. Gary obviously gives us amazing content. I mean, and then when you know what the best part about Gary is what he gives us and then what Gator does to it. It's like yesterday, immediately Gary's got his wife back. Like, that stuff, you can't make it up. You can't script it. It happens naturally. Like, Gator didn't have that plan. Like, he made it on the spot, and it's just the beauty of the show. And like, I'm not here to be like, yes, Gary has takes like yesterday where it's like, that probably is locker room talk, bro. Like, we all love women. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dude. Like, he says he loves women, but the question that people are going to have for him is, do you respect women? Because the way you act sometimes questions that. So, but the content he gives us, I mean, if this is based on just the content you provide, it's going to be even killed, because you can't mess with Gary there. He gives us moronic, you know, stuff. He gives us great. He is a neat guy, but I think it's going to be a good. I'm an OG, so that's where I have the advantage a little bit. Just like these two fellas going today, you know, like, It doesn't get any better. This is an impossible. I can't vote today. I'm sorry, Goomba Neal. I'm sorry, my brother. Today is this is an impossible decision to make. You know, maybe at the end, if it's really close, I'll go with whoever's losing. But this is impossible, man. These are both my guys, and I'm so close with both of them. Neal, obviously, I'm a little closer because I get to hang out with. But I mean, we've all been here from the beginning. So. It's very excited, man. Very excited. I'm gonna have all the kiddos home. I'm gonna be cooking. It's my matchup's going on like right in prime time. Bonesy's house on Explode, so we're gonna see everything live later on. What's going on?
You might need to pull out all the stops. I'm hearing rumblings of Gary 3D Boxing, pulling out all the stops on his end.
Listen. If Gary has any little shenanigans going on. My wife will be home like from work. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe like 6:15 if we're still alive. Might have to strike something. No. But yeah, listen, man. I'm honored to just be this far anyway. These are all my friends. Basically, we're a family. So this is just fun leading up to this damn draft party that I can't wait for, because this is gonna be like the bro hugs are gonna be like 250 plus for over under.
Let's
go.
go.
Ridiculous.
Now, I do want you to see this. Dave Briga is giving you a endorsement over Gary today. So you got the Briga endorsement. He used to be a kingmaker, but we saw Gary just completely run through everyone so far in this tournament. And King Loski obviously went head-to-head against Briga, and he blew him out. So, I mean, Briga still carries a lot of weight, though. I still think this is good for you.
And you know what? I get all the votes from Briga State University, which is like, that's extra votes right there for everybody in Briga State University. And you know that Briga State University was a heavy train. So let's go, fellas. Let's do that. Can't wait.
JJ says 1-2. Gary is coming for you.
It's all good, JJ. You can endorse Gary. That just helps me more, brother.
Holmes says if Bonesy wears a spacesuit, instant victory. That's actually a great idea.
That's actually hilarious.
Go get a NASA astronaut costume.
I'm going to Walmart right now, yo, Holmes. I'm gonna go right now because I know Party City just closed, so there's no Halloween stores. But that would have been good. That's hilarious.
I love it. Well, Bonesy, good luck this afternoon. It's going to be a heck of a battle. I could see it being 50-50 down the stretch.
It's going to be close, man, and I'm excited. Just excited to chill, man. This is awesome. Every day, this is awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bonesy.
The only thing better than all these shoes is sexy Rexy, because he also loves food. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody, and man, these Jets are depressing.
Ladies and gentlemen, a scoreboard update in our Final Four that is underway. King Loski dominating early on. Wow, 68-32. Neal needs to smoke a cigar and mount a comeback. Wow. 221 votes have been cast. The poll's been open for 9 minutes at this point, and it's 68-32. Look, we knew King Loski was a powerhouse. I don't know if we knew he was UConn women's basketball. Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to know what's unbelievable? You people. Especially Janice Jett, who just gifted 10 channel memberships. Janice is in the ASMANIAC raffle for 10 by going out there and paying it forward. Give it up to Janice. Now, give me money. Or I shoot him. And I shoot all you motherfuckers. And then we take it. Your choice, bitches. If you hear your name called, you are a channel member courtesy of Janice Jett, Sully NJ, Joseph Rodriguez, just for fun, Molly Mall, DeJuice Main, Drink Drano, Warren Fidley, Allen is a D-bag, Danny Melendez, all receiving, there's one more I missed, and Emilio Renovato, all receiving channel membership. So congratulations to everyone who got a membership. Thank you to Janice. Reminder of our top prizes this week. Super Bowl III. Joe Namath authenticated helmet with display case included. Curtis Martin signed helmet. Joe Klecko signed football. Hall of Fame Jet theme raffle, a.k.a. Jet retired number theme. And according to Robbie Sabo, Wayne Corbett will count in this Although it's not officially retired, no Jet has worn the number 80 since Crevette. So I think at that point, you should just retire it. So stay tuned for more potential giveaway items. Michael with a $5 super chat. Michael, if you meant to attach a question to this, please rewrite it and I'll try to get to it. Darth Crypto with a super chat. Long live the king. King Loski. Look, King's tough to stop, man. He's King Loski for a reason. All right? Just ask Charles Gorman. He knows all about that.
I need some of your mama's chicken soup.
Let's see. Jet Jarl says, Neal is an OG. And even though he rambles on sometimes, he's a true legend around here. He's got my vote. Loski's a huge Jet fan, and I would hire him to wake up this team, but it's mostly that, yelling. Jet Nation writes in, Jake, why is it a bad idea to trade Sauce? Do you ever factor in how immature the guy is and that he could be ruining the locker room? Where are you getting the idea that Sauce is immature? He literally was just voted by the beat reporters as the media good guy, which goes to the player who holds himself the most accountable, is available, treats people with respect. Do you think Josh McCown is immature? Because he won the award. Right? Like, plenty of great Jets have won that award. Do you think Dick Mangold was immature? Because he's won that award. Did you think DeBrickashaw Ferguson was immature? Because he won that award. Do I love that Sauce is always, posting about stuff on social media, like video games and stuff? I mean, the golf stuff, like when you lose, like people are going to bring that up. Do I think it has any impact on his play? No. I think he had a bad year for his standard, still better than most corners. And the Jets in general had a terrible year overall. It was a nightmare season. I don't think it's representative of who Sauce is as a player. You want to trade Sauce, so then tell me who you're getting for Sauce if you're trading him. Like, what are you getting? And then who's playing corner? Brandon Stevens and who? That's the question. I don't think Sauce is immature. You know he doesn't drink or smoke? Imagine having that kind of money and not want to party or do any of that. Yo Holmes says, Tanner Engstrand, Muji, Kevin O'Connell were the entire QB room together at San Diego State back in the day. Yeah, pretty crazy, right? And O'Connell and Muji were roommates. And Muji converted from quarterback to receiver because Kevin O'Connell took his job, basically. That's the story. Jay nailed it. Loski is to Tasmania what UConn is to women's basketball. Feels like it right now. Man, I thought this would be a real tight one. But it's a battle. It is a battle. Open phone lines for those of you who want in on the conversation. Let's say hello right now to Kyle Clifton. What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, Jake?
Kyle, how we feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Wasn't Sauce first team All Pro his first 2 years?
Correct.
Okay. I just thought, like, he has a down year, and then that's the time you trade him? Like,
it's funny to me, too, right? Like, think about these Jet fans out there who are so blindly loyal to, like, Zach Wilson. And, like, we got to keep giving – and, like, Sauce has been a two-time All-Pro, and we're willing to just to get rid of him. But we were willing to just say, oh, Zach Wilson's going to be great. We need to give him more time. But, like, Sauce has already shown you he's great. Like, why are we giving up on a guy who's, 23 years old? Like, give me a break.
I mean, I kind of want to see what he looks like in man, right?
100%.
That's just me. I mean, you'd have to get top of the market back, and I don't know if you're getting that right now. So might as well just stick with him, right? And I think that the comments about him being like problematic is kind of ridiculous. I think he and Garrett are the two guys that you prioritize. JJ, because of the injury, less so. Brees, because he's a running back, less so. That's just how I feel about it.
I agree with you.
As far as today's matchup goes, I haven't voted yet. Are we expecting to hear from the combatants on the show?
If Neal wants to call in, he is more than welcome to, as the same with King Loski. Neither is on hold right now. If they were, I would have went to them first.
Okay. Maybe I'll just wait until the end of the show, though. But, I kind of have a lean towards Neal, because even though I don't really agree with him some of the time, like, his calls are always entertaining. But that said, Loski's given us great moments, stuff that you've been able to put in the can regarding the child and, chicken soup and all that stuff. You know, I'm a little bit more soft spoken than some of the other callers, so maybe that's something that has led me away from Loski. But I'm willing to hear a case for it, right? And I know Loski's a great Jet fan, so I'm kind of on the fence about it, with maybe a slight lean towards Neal.
Interesting.
Either way, it's been a great tournament. And I think that the Final Four is pretty reflective of the community and who kind of deserves to be there. And I'm looking to see who comes out on top.
It is a loaded Final Four. I mean, we had a loaded field of 64. So the fact that we're down to just 4 is kind of surreal. This tournament will be over tomorrow afternoon. It's hard to believe.
Yep. And one last thing, like, I think hearing it from Ben Johnson that we're in good hands with Engstrand is pretty encouraging. I don't know, you know, how closely we followed his college career or his, you know, what was he in the the United Football League or
It might have still been the XFL at that point, but yeah.
yeah, I mean, but the fact that he's called plays before, that we think it's going to be a run-based approach, that he's got Ben Johnson's endorsement, I think that's got to be pretty encouraging for Jet fans. Let's just get another weapon in here for Fields so that we can implement Engstrand's vision. That's all I got.
Kyle, I appreciate your call. Excellent job. We're putting our faith in Aaron Glenn when it comes to Engstrand, right? Because Glenn's the one who hired him. Like, Glenn could have hired a veteran OC, someone who's done it before. He hired a veteran defensive coordinator. He chose to hire Tanner Engstrand. And look, my big thing was, if you're going to hire Aaron Glenn, you got to let him hire his staff. Like, it's got to be him having full autonomy to do it the way he sees fit. And I believe that's happened. So we'll know. Like, it's not going to take very long to figure out whether or not we have a creative offensive mind. You know, I mean, the Jets offensively are going to look light years different than the offense they've run with Rodgers the last 2 years under Hackett and Downing. The RPOs are going to be insane. The motion, we'll see a completely different version offensively than what we've seen in the past. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to work, but we know it's going to be different. That's for sure. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Appreciate all of you tuning in. If you voted in ASMANIAC Madness, 296 of you have, but not all of you have hit the like button. So please hit the like button and then vote. Like and then vote. Like and then vote. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Michael, who writes in, Jake, thanks for making our morning so much better. Long live the Jets. Long live the King. Long live the Asmaniacs, Michael. Thank you very much. Appreciate your support. Zach Johnson checks in. Were you surprised that they invited Jalen Milroe to the draft? I was surprised. I don't think he goes round 1. That's why I was surprised. That was interesting to me. I do think Milroe could go a lot earlier than most anticipate. Remember Jalen Hurts went in the second round, and that was a big surprise? I could see that with Milroe. P.S. All hail the King. King Loski, where's my chicken soup? I love it. Milroe's interesting because he's probably the best athlete in the draft. He just is a developmental guy. But I'm someone who always believes that when you're evaluating a quarterback, if you're going to take someone early at that position, take the guy with the highest upside. If you're going to use a first or a second round pick on the guy. Now, I'm not saying that, you should take him in the first round, but if you're looking for a backup quarterback, there's guys on day 3 you could get if that's what your goal is, to develop a long-term backup for cheap, right? Ideally, if the Jets hit on Jordan Travis, it didn't mean that he was their franchise quarterback. It meant that instead of having to pay Tyrod Taylor $9 million a year, you save $9 million by paying your backup quarterback for 4 years $1 million a year, and you could invest that extra $8 million into other areas of your team. That's the benefit of that. Comments, questions, super chats. They always cut the line around here. We're seeking more channel memberships. I got open phone lines for anyone who wants in on the conversation. let's give you guys a little clip in honor of our two Final Four members going at it today, Loski and Neal. Give you guys a little throwback right now. A moment in time, perhaps, that some of you might remember. Some of you maybe have never seen. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's children around, make sure they can't hear this. Enjoy.
As soon as he gets in the red zone, he doesn't have a clue. That's why we're not getting red zone touchdowns. You show the tape every week. This guy's wide open. That guy's wide open. How many times in this game yesterday did we throw the ball into the end zone? Jake, answer the question.
What, 0? I mean, the last play.
That's the answer. You
yeah, 0? Yeah.
I gave you a test. You passed. 0. Are you kidding me? 0 attempts into the end zone in 3 games.
Neal, I'm worried about your blood pressure.
I don't give a I ate my cigar. I don't even have it. I chewed it and swallowed it.
You need a joint. I'm worried about you in Vegas. Are you going to make it out there?
This is me, okay? This is my jet game face. King Loski can't even stand up. I'll eat King Loski right on the ding. Let's go, King. Where is he? King! Let's go! Get to Vegas.
See, like Neal, I tried not to call last night. Okay, I tried to keep my composure because I didn't want you to get demonetized last night, Jake. But this is the shit I'm talking about. This fucking child, okay? We are the third damn year. We are seeing this inept child. I'm fucking dead. Are you kidding me? This is the shit I'm talking about. You bitch's ass. You did his ass on my damn field. You did his ass on my damn field. I'm tired of this shit. Every damn year.
We got a clipboard and walk around and wipe Rodgers' ass because that's all you're good for.
You kidding me? This is not fucking child. Excuse me, miss. I need to return this damn child. He's no good. Sometimes a child just is no good. Take this one back.
Vote. Loski or Neal? Who you got in ASMANIAC Madness? Someone will advance to our first ever national championship game tomorrow afternoon.
I think that guy I know, right?
It's an impossible choice, but it's up to the ASMANIACs to decide who they got. Right now, Neal is trailing 65-35. Can he thrust his way to a comeback? Jason in Jerusalem, next up on our show. What's up, Jason?
Hey, Jake. I mean, seeing that show, you had like a whole WWE long-term storyline here for Loski versus Neal. All you needed was like a good intro and a promo video with some good music.
Well,
years
I think
in the making.
What's great about the Final Four, right? I mean, they're all longtime viewers of the show, and a lot of them have met each other. Like Neal has met Bonesy and Gary in person, and I think everyone's met everyone but Loski in person. But Loski's an OG. He's in the chat all the time. He's in the Discord, so everyone knows King.
Right. I mean, I'm loving the madness. Kudos to you for having done this and all the people on the board and how they've done this. This has been just
thank the committee.
Huge...
A special shout out again to Boomtown, Tom, Ace, and Rich. They were really behind so much of what we're seeing here, especially Boomtown, the committee chairman. So thank them, man. They took it seriously and they gave us something to talk about when the off season's been so slow.
Yeah, hat tip to all of you guys. As McAfee would say, shout out. We need a video of you cutting down the nets with one shining moment as like the closing shot on there. You get your due on there.
I love it. I mean, who did you vote for? I'm curious.
I voted for Loski. I love Loski's calls. I mean, I love Neal. I met him in person. He was It was nice to me when I went out to wherever you had that event last year, like at the edge of Nassau. Was it Nassau Suffolk border or something like that?
Hicksville. Yep.
Yeah. So when I drove out from Valley Stream, I actually just got back this week from Long Island.
How
I was
was
on
it?
the island for. It was nice. Didn't
Long?
get any games in, but did what I needed to do and made it back.
Love it. I love it. Well, it's too bad the trip didn't time out with the draft party in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, don't think I was going to say for a whole month. You know, who knows? Maybe we can make it back in after the holiday.
Love it.
About Milrose, though, I think he's getting a lot of hype simply because people see Jalen Mills in him, and we as fans need to realize that everybody's individual. I remember in Mangini's year, they drafted like an undersized linebacker in the 3rd pick, thinking that he was the same clone as Teddy Bruschi. The guy couldn't even see the field. And I'm wondering if Jalen Mills wasn't such Jalen Hurts wasn't such a star that he is, and everybody sees him in the Alabama quarterback. If we would just be seeing it very, very differently now.
I think the success that Jalen Hurts has had, what Lamar Jackson has become, I think that helps a guy like Milroe, because that's where the game is headed. With like, you need to have the mobile quarterback, and if Milroe could reach his talent level, he could be really, really good. Like, he's a freak athlete, you know.
Yeah, but what we end up doing in this draft is we end up falling in love with such talent. Anthony Richardson had no business being a 1st-round pick, let alone being 4th overall at the time.
Correct. Well, that's the thing, though.
Same thing with Trey Lance.
Agreed. I don't think Milroe is going to go in the 1st round, though. I really don't. I'd be very surprised.
You don't see a team trading up to like 27, 28?
That would be the only path to it. Like what the Ravens did with Lamar, he was the last pick of round 1. But I personally would be surprised. I think he's a 2nd or 3rd round pick.
Lamar was better in college than Jalen.
He was.
Yeah. And he was definitely worthy of that 1st-round pick. And even you have guys who fell out, like Bridgewater. It seems like every year you have some of these guys, like I keep on thinking of Kellen Clemens, who was supposed to be a 7th-round pick, that everybody was afraid that because you fell in love with one attribute of his, that you had to overdraft him out of fear that somebody else was going to overdraft him. And sometimes we have to look at the tape and see if the college coaches couldn't make him somebody that had the intangibles and be able to play the position well, what makes you think that the NFL will be able to? I mean, he's succeeded because of what he's had around him in Alabama. And he hasn't had the same success as other Alabama QBs.
I mean, look, it's not exactly the same thing, but like Joe Burrow played on the greatest college football team I think I've ever seen. Like, and he's a great NFL quarterback, you know? So like, and up until that last year, he was probably a mid-round pick and then played himself into being the number 1 pick. So like, you just never know with quarterbacks. Like we don't know what's going on in these meetings behind the scenes. Are they putting stuff on the board and he's really processing and he's a quick learner and they see the ability for him to keep getting it better and better? Like, that's part of it too, that the behind the scenes stuff we don't know. Like when they meet with him, maybe they're blown away with his intellect and they think he could be perfect as a developmental guy. He'll pick things up quick.
One thing that I'm concerned about is Brian Billick, the former HC of the Ravens, said that coaches have this way of talking themselves into a quarterback. And he said that about Kyle Bowler, that in retrospect, he wasn't that good, and we just fell in love because of one thing, whether there be meetings or whatever, and you just keep on talking yourself into it. And every now and then, there's a team that does it. Jake Locker, or Lockler, whatever his name was, who played all of, 2 years? And the question is, do we have this? Because, hey, he fits the mold, he checks the boxes, and looks somewhat in the mirror like a poor man's Jalen Hurts. There's just my concern here with him. I see more Trey Lance than Jalen Hurts.
I don't think the Jets are going to take him in the 1st or 2nd round. So I don't think we have anything to worry about. I'd be surprised.
You're thinking 3rd with him? 3rd, I don't worry about as much. But
yeah, I don't think they're going to take a quarterback on unless they get extra picks somehow. I don't think the Jets, who have handled this offseason like they need to hit on 3 of their first 3 picks for starters, I don't think they're going to take Jalen Milroe with one of those picks. I don't.
What order do you see the QBs going?
I think Cam.
Let's say the top 5 quarterbacks. Okay.
I don't know. I can only give you the first, I think 3. I think based on what we know, it's going to go in some order of Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart. After that, I think it's dealer's choice.
Show?
Shuck could be a guy that could go
Shuck,
early
sorry.
in the second round. Yeah, Shuck could go. By the way, I think Will Howard could go earlier than people realize too. Very good Gruden QB school video that came out yesterday or 2 days ago. I watched it. It was awesome. I like Will Howard a lot from that. But he's got the same size in weight as Josh Allen, which I thought was interesting. Gruden was hyping him up. I think Will Howard's a guy that people will maybe look to draft a little earlier than we think too.
It's nice to know John Gruden hasn't completely fallen off the face of the earth after his departure from the Raiders. And
no, he's more relevant now than he's been. I mean, he's got the Barstool hiring him was genius. He's great on those their content.
Yeah, and they always love to stick it the middle finger to the NFL.
Yep, 100%.
All right, man. The Isles sucked last night, but they didn't even have the worst loss of any NHL team.
Yeah, I saw they lost. I was at the Knicks game last night. That was brutal. So not a good sports night. Yankees lost during the day. Not a good sports night for me. Sports day.
So what happened in Vancouver?
Yeah, they blew a 5-2 lead with like a minute left, right?
No, Vancouver's the one who won. They scored 3 goals with a minute left to tie the game, and they won it in overtime.
Okay, yep, that's crazy.
All right, Jake, keep up the great content, and good luck hosting the draft party.
Thanks, Jason. Wish you will be there. You'll be there in spirit. Good call. Hey, shout out to Steve, who just tweeted me. Just bought my ticket for the @Jake Asman watch party in New York City. Let's have a night. Let's go, Steve Brzezinski. Be like Steve, people. Buy your draft ticket. You do it during the show. Right now, I'll shout you out. Like, I'm going to shout out right now to Sean Holdrick, who also bought his draft ticket I'm seeing here right as the show was getting underway. Julian Gulateri also just bought a draft ticket. How about that? We've gotten 3 ticket sales during the show. We got less than 100 left. I think we're less than 70 now. So please, please, please buy your ticket. Nate with a super chat. King Loski, King Loski, King Loski. Loski, 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 King. Nate, thank you for the $2. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is a man who right now appears like he could be headed to our national title game. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. King Loski. What's up, King? I got my bucket hat for you. I got my cigar for Neal. What a battle we have here.
Hey, man, let Jake, my brother. Let me just say this, my brother. I didn't ask for this tournament. I didn't ask for the Asmaniacs to show this much love. But I greatly and humbly appreciate every Asmaniac, whether you voted for me or you didn't, okay? Because y'all are what makes this channel, okay? Let me just say this, okay, to the Asmaniacs, baby. My shirt don't look like a tablecloth today. Let me start off by saying that. Second off, man, I just laugh at the guy that chatted, that super chatted. Man, all King Loski do is yell on here, and he's loud and all of this. And let me just say this. Let's have a conversation about me being loud, okay? At the end of the day, it's April 9th, okay? We sitting on YouTube talking about the damn Jets, a team I freaking love, okay? To the death of me, I'll always love the New York Jets. You hear me? So at the end of the day, it's April 9th. We sitting up here talking football, okay? We ain't gonna see football for another doggone couple months. And we sitting up here talking football. All right, so you damn right. I'ma yell and I'ma be passionate about it. About a team I freaking love. About a team I want to see freaking win. Okay? We just not sitting up here sugarcoating what the hell we here for. We here for the doggone Super Bowl. Now, whether we get it or not, it's gonna come down on this damn coaching staff. Okay? It's gonna come down to the requisite pieces that we need in that damn locker room. Okay? I'm just not up here yelling about some bullshit. Oh, let's get Andy Reid. Oh, let's do this and get Gabagoo. I ain't sitting up here saying all this bullshit. Okay? I'm sitting up here talking some real facts. What we really need to do in this damn locker room. for everybody who's super chat, all King do is yell. Well, damn it, I'm yelling about something. And I'll tell you another thing I'm yelling about. That damn chicken soup and that damn Charles Gorman Mama's tuna. I need it. You hear me? Yes. To Neal, it's all love, baby. But you gotta get this cigar up your ass today. Yes.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? ASMANIAC Madness. You get to pick the ones that make the show rock. Who's the king? As a joke.
King Loski preaching to the people. Hell yeah. Bo with a super chat. Loski brings passion. Loski brings facts. Love him or hate him, the king is here to stay. Forever GOAT. Loski right now, he's leading big. 64-36, but as we say around here, it ain't over till Charles Gorman gets catfished. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is...
I can't believe you cut me off, Jake.
Blast off. Yeah. There he is, baby. Here he is.
Well. Here we are. I want to just say to Loski, he's my boy. I love the Loski. I love the passion. I love the screaming. Now, he goes a little overboard now when he says to put a cigar up my ass. He wants to put a cigar up my ass. He must love them. He must love my ass here, Loski. Here it is, Loski. Come put it up my ass right now. You might love my ass, buddy. I'm getting a little worried about you now. Come on now, Loski. I'm getting a little worried about you. Why you put cigars in people's butts? I don't know if I like that so much. Now, let me tell you something about passion. Loski is passionate. No two ways about it. Right? There is only one passionate Jet fan. Jake knows it. When you say passion, I talk about it not just on this camera. I talk about it in the field. I talk about it at the games. I talk about it every day of my life. Loski, I don't know if he likes the Jets as much as he likes the Knicks. I see him with his Knicks hat on all year when it's not Jet season. I see him with his Yankee hat on in some of the tape. There's only one 365, 24/7 Jet fan in this chat, and that one is me. Okay? Now, I understand Loski, he's a king, but we don't have kings here in the United States. There's no kings here. Kings are over in the UK over there with the England. Okay? It's the number one Jet fan. And I'm telling you right now, I'm the number one Jet fan. Doesn't matter. Loski's great. I love Loski. I would love to be with him next to a game. I will say this. If Loski and I did a Jet chant at the stadium, he would sound like he was whispering next to me. Okay? I will tell you, there is no louder, more passionate Jet fan that goes to the games than I am. Nobody. Okay? When the people are in front of me at that stadium, they close their ears when I yell. All right? Loski, not so much. Loski's loud, but he sounds like he's got marbles in his mouth sometimes. I just got to say. And he's loud, but reality is, this is the number one Jet fan right here. I give Loski tons of credit. He's great. I had a lot of fun during this tournament. I love the Asmaniacs. Love the station. Of course, I love Jake. Love his whole family. Steve is the best. Zach's the best. But, you know, I'm running into a buzzsaw here. I have nothing else to say. What can I tell you? Loski's doing a big deal here. Guys love the passion, but I thought they were going to love my passion. I guess I'm falling a little bit short.
Well, Neal, I'll tell you what.
It's not over.
Don't get discouraged. Just to be in the Final Four, recognize how difficult that is to do.
No. I'm not discouraged. Trust me on that. I'm grateful. I love the fans. I love the people on the show. Okay? But again, I'm polarizing. You know that. Not everybody's going to love what I have to say. I know I got some guys who love me. The OGs are my boys. They'll all be with me on the G4 when we go see Jet Week, when we make the Super Bowl. It's only going to be 65 and above that are going to get on the G4. That's it. The G4 Jet Week, it's OG Week because we've been waiting 50 plus years for this team to perform. Anybody that's going to be on this show 30 years from now, still rooting for the Jets, that's who I want to see. That's it. Mic drop.
These goddamn exploding cigars. I gotta go, Jake. I'll call back later. Shit.
I love it, Neal. Neal, as passionate as they come. Great Neal story. I've told this before, but we get new viewers all the time. So Neal invited me to the home opener, Rodgers' first game. I was still doing radio in Houston, or I might have been fired already, but I flew in for that game. I was still living in Houston. I was doing the YouTube show full time already. I go to the game with Neal. We do a big tailgate in L5. It's incredible, right? I remember it was raining, but then it cleared up. We got the rainbows over MetLife. Neal's a longtime season ticket holder, so we had access to the field before the game. So we're down there as Rodgers is coming out with the flag and all that. Then the worst moment in my entire sports viewing life happened. Honestly, let's be real. One of the worst moments in my life. I'm being totally transparent. And I was depressed, screaming at Bills. I was just so angry, sad, all of it. And Neal is like trying to stay optimistic somehow. And he's like, don't worry. He sprained his ankle. He'll be back for the second half. Well, we all knew in the stadium it was over. It was done. Neal's like, he sprained his ankle. He'll be fine. How Neal could somehow remain that optimistic. Rooting for this team, despite how long it's been, is crazy to me. Unreal. Bo checks in. Absolutely no disrespect to the passion of Neal. OG legends are difficult. Congrats on being a Final Four goat. Yeah, let me make it clear. If you made the Final Four in this tournament, that's an accomplishment. If you made the Elite Eight this week, if you made the tournament, we had some people that were honorable mentions that on other shows would be their best caller. But we got the best listeners. I've always said it. People always ask me, how can you talk about the Jets year-round? I go, I do, but I also don't. It's a show about the Jets and the lives of Jet fans, and this tournament encapsulates that. Dave writes in, Jake will never get over the Rodgers foreplay 23 season. It's his kryptonite. I mean, it created a PTSD that I carry now with me when I watch any of my teams play. If there's an injury now to one of my team's players, I assume the worst now. Because the Rodgers injury didn't look like it was that serious in real time. Looked like he got sacked. And then when he got up, the image I have burned in my head is him sitting back down after the sack. So, yeah, I mean, I'll never get over that. It was one of the worst moments ever. And it's crazy because that night was the greatest environment for any sporting event I've ever been to. And I just went to Game 5 of the World Series with the Yankees last year. I went to every Knick home playoff game a year ago. I was at the DiVincenzo 3 last year against Philly. Nothing. I've been to the World Series in Houston. I've been to an Olympics before. I've been to a Super. Nothing has ever compared to how loud MetLife was Week 1, 2023. Nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's try and restore the vibes around here, shall we? Let's head to the lair.
Would you silence, or should I do one of these? I got my gabagool today. A nice pound of gabagool. Picked up some salami, got my Italian beef. We're going to make sandwiches on this show today. Oh, yeah.
You're going to make sandwiches on the show?
Oh, yeah. I already got all the goods. I got my Hellman mayonnaise. I got my lettuce. I got my cheese. I got my salami. I got my gabagool. I got Italian beef. I got roast beef, and I got some pastrami. man's power right there, baby. That's manpower right there. See, they don't make men like they used to. And shout out to my boy Neal. Go get him. Go get him, kid. And remember, keep supporting them cigars. Remember, vote for Neal, the cigar man.
I love it, Beast. I love it.
Hey, Neal's the king of the cigar man. Hey, and I like his temper too. Every time when you play the video when he says, you know what, we're playing chicken shit football and we can't even get our heads out of our ass because we're too busy. We're still playing pussy ball. Hey, that's Neal for you. That's his temper. I like his temper. He'll take it to you right to your face. And 2028, remember, vote David Brigham for president of the USA. You know why? The man has intelligence. He's also smart, and he's tough as a bag of bricks. Don't mess with Brigham, or else you'll get this. That's what you'll get.
Hey, Beast. Neal has requested you give him a little Garrett Wilson catch in honor of his matchup.
Let's go, boys. Front line. 3 over there. 3 over there. Green 86. Green 86. Move. Set. Hey. Oh. Yeah, baby. Touchdown, get sucker.
Right now, we're getting some gabagool. If you really want some gabagool, you gotta come get the gabagool. Catch you later.
Beastbreaker 666. Havano says he's dressed like the emoji, hence why Gator made it. We already had a Beast emoji, but we just replaced it with Beast official uniform. Ladies and gentlemen, we have heard from 3 of our 4 Final 4 Asmaniacs. This afternoon, a showdown between Mr. Bonesy and Gary will get underway. We've heard from Bonesy. Now it's time to hear from Gary.
Joe Douglas should have been fired 2 days before he was hired.
Those were some goals by Neal and Loski. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be in the Final Four. Like, Jet fans really are the best fans, man. Like, we don't root for the Chiefs. We don't root for the Patriots. We root for a team that hasn't been to the Super Bowl since the 60s. And this is the passion that we got. Like, it's wild. There's nothing else like that in sports, really. For a team that doesn't win, it's crazy.
And has the longest playoff drought in sports, has not won more than 7 games in a decade, doesn't even have their own stadium. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah. Like, Connor hasn't been alive to see the Jets make the playoffs. Like, it's crazy.
He doesn't have any record, like he doesn't remember 2015. He doesn't remember 10-6.
10-6. That's our batting year. That's the year we go back to. Remember the year we went 10-6 and almost made the playoffs. That's the best we got in recent history.
Should have choked. And ironically, if there was a third wild card, then they would have made the playoffs that year.
Yeah. Well, that didn't start till 2020. The extra wild card.
I think 21 when they added the 17th game, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Was it the same year? Was it the COVID? It doesn't matter. I thought it was the year before. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So first off, I want to give a shout out to Bonesy. It's gonna be fun. I wanted to do one more Joe Douglas debate just to remind the audience of his absurd Joe Douglas take. But
God,
that's gonna happen.
He's gonna bring up the vacuum situation. Are you prepared to answer it?
I don't think he wants to go down that path. I think he should tread lightly. Bonesy's a hell of a guy. The way he treats women, I don't think he wants to go down that path. I do have some women who want to vote for me. Did you play the clip?
You want me to play it now? Or you want me to play it during your matchup?
Should we save it?
It's up to you.
It's your show, Jake. Do you think we should save it? Do you think we should play it now and then play it again before the
I can't make this decision. It's your video. You sent it in to me. If you want me to play it, I'll play it. But you have to. You'll
still play it later before our matchup starts, right? Like,
yes,
it's not one or the other.
Absolutely.
All right, let me go grab my teammate real quick, and we'll play. Is that cool?
Okay. Yep, that's fine. We'll check back in with Gary in a moment. Everyone's like, play it, play it. I mean, maybe that was calculated by Gary. A little strategic, get people to talk. What's Bonesy going to do for a response? That's the question. In the meantime, Gary, yesterday I played this at the end of the show. Gary was nice enough to send us video of his wife using the vacuum that Gary bought for her Valentine's Day present.
Gary, thank you for the vacuum cleaner. Gary, I love it. Do you think we could go out for Valentine's Day after I'm done vacuuming? Babe, I'm on the Bobby Midnight show. Come on. There's stuff in the fridge. You can just make me something. Make me make me some meat and then we're good. Okay. Who should I vote for tomorrow in the election? Come on, babe. The list is on the table. Just hurry up. I can't hear Bobby.
Thank you very much to Gary for sending that in. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is once again Gary with his teammate, Decker. Hello, Decker.
Hello.
That was not the video I was talking about.
I know it's not. I have the video you sent, but I needed to do this thing called fill time.
Okay.
Yep. Now, Decker, your dad wants me to play the video from the special guest who you reached out to yesterday.
Yes.
Should I play it?
Yes.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a video submitted from Gary and Decker. Here is on your screen Gary's nanny and her sorority friend. Here's Morgan and sorority friend.
I vote Decker and Gary.
Yes.
I think you should go along with them. I think everyone listening should go along with the girls.
You guys said you would vote for us if we got her.
I got her.
I vote Decker and Gary.
We got her, so we better get the votes this afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to respond and try and play the cute kid card is none other than Mr. Bonesy.
All right, Gary.
That's so bad. We're gonna have a daughter off. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, we are. Lola, say hi to Decker. Say hi. See, Decker's
I see.
Decker's unbeatable, so I know that. Lola, can you at least do the jet chant for me? Come on, while we're here. I'll give you 2, 3 minutes. Say hi to Decker. And tell Gary you love cannoli. Say, I love cannolis. Do you want chocolate?
I don't even. I feel like this is low blows right here. This is.
We're about to go shopping because my wife's 40th birthday is coming, and I was about to get in the car, and then I saw you pulling this out. I'm like, all right, let's go back in and call, and let's double dip with the daughters, and we'll just play it like super dads we are.
It's a super dad competition. Hey, Bonesy, I love you, man. Best of luck.
You too, brother.
If I lose, then if it's to you, that's I can deal with losing to you.
Appreciate that. I feel the same way.
What was that? You're a good father. You're a great man.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. You too, man. All right. Well,
hey,
we're gonna hit the sack. You could keep campaigning, and we'll meet up later. All right.
All right. Sounds good. I'll see you.
Right.
You'll be back for the afternoon show. You'll be on the afternoon show.
For sure. I'm gonna have a full house with the kids, and it's gonna be chaos mode. I'm gonna be in the middle of cooking dinner and stuff, but I'm gonna be live hanging out. So
it's gonna be a good one, Bonesy. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Later.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? ASMANIAC Madness. You get to pick the ones that make the show walk. Who's the king? Who's the Jew?
They both have played the kid card. They both have played the special guest card. We've seen Bonesy use that with Joe Bonesy in this tournament already. And Gary pulling out the hot nanny.
I vote Decker and Gary.
Unbelievable. Gary, explain the process to get that video. Was that you reaching out? Did Decker just do it herself? What happened there?
No, no one can really tell Decker no. And I thought it would be weird if I asked her to do a video. Like, So I just had Decker send the text, and she sent it right over.
That's amazing.
With a friend.
Do we know who the friend is? I've just been calling her sorority friend.
It's just her sorority sister. I don't know. I don't know her. But she wants to vote for Gary too. You can see I'm very popular with the women voters.
Excuse me.
Well, we are. We're popular with the women voters.
Yeah, without Decker, I think Bonesy clears you easily. Like if you win this tournament, you really, I mean, you got to give like Decker, like let her eat all the ice cream she wants for like a month straight.
Yeah, and she's carrying me here. I'm just passing her the assist. I'm Stockton. She's Malone here. I'm just giving her the ball.
Real estate says send her a vacuum as well. You should send Morgan a vacuum.
Oh, for her own dorm and
yeah, for the sorority house. I'm sure they.
Because she's more than welcome to use ours whenever. That's fine. But yeah,
she might need one. She goes to Oklahoma, right? She might need it in Oklahoma
for sure. Yeah, although they have a cleaning lady there. I know they have maids there. They have like 300 sisters and maids and stuff and chefs and stuff.
So you believe that the combo of Decker and the nanny now will propel you with the 4.5% female vote?
Yeah, I don't think I was doing poorly with the 4.5%. That's what we're calling them, the 4.5% anyway. I think I was doing fine with them. But this will definitely help. That guy yesterday, Peg and Artie, who said I hate women. That's ridiculous. Like it's clearly not true. That's a cheap shot to try to get me to lose a tournament. It's clearly not true.
Creepy Allen writes in, Gary, when we go out to dinner, I need to meet the nanny.
Who's sabotaging us? Who's sabotaging
No one sounds. So someone came in. We go out to dinner. That's actual Allen. Like there are a bunch of troll Allen accounts, but that was actual Allen that said that.
Yeah, that was the real Allen.
Yeah, Allen. Can you go watch your brother real quick? Yeah, that's fine, Allen. Look, if anyone here wants to hit on my nanny, I'll put in a good word for you. But I mean, best of luck to you. You're more than welcome to do it. But Allen, yeah, Allen can definitely meet my nanny. I went to watch a game with Allen. Allen's even better in person. Allen's a good dude.
Sure, I'll play along.
I don't understand why you two don't like each other. What is the beef there? What's the root of that?
He's Allen. I mean, 75% of the chat, 80% at a given time might not like him. He got destroyed by Jets Johnny.
All right. Well, I was in the 20%. I think Allen's a really good dude. Allen got my vote.
JJ would like you to adopt him so the nanny could take care of him as well.
I got JJ anytime. I got really two guests from, but like at least I got one guest from your name on it. JJ the GOAT. I'd be happy to adopt you. I'm not taking your brother BMAC though. That's out. You got to come along.
Luppy says you're not doing yourself any favors by backing Allen.
Like what I give you is authenticity. I think Allen is a good dude. I'd vouch for Allen any day of the week. I'm not going to turn into someone else to try to get votes. You get what you see.
Gator says, can you show your wife vacuuming to try and get votes?
That would have been good. She's unfortunately not here right now. She doesn't come back till tonight. Unfortunately, I can't. That would have maybe for the finals.
Well, if this game goes to overtime later, maybe it could be like UConn versus Syracuse, 6 overtimes.
It's like 6 overtimes.
Let's see. Incel Allen wants to know what's her Insta. I'll hit her up.
I'm not going to do that.
I wouldn't get that out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
I would not get that out of this show. Cynthia says, I don't hate Gary, and I don't think he's against women. Salute, Gary. I met you at the Hicksville meetup.
I remember. What up, Cynthia? I hope I've owned me and Decker. I hope we've earned your vote.
JD writes in, does Gary's daughter know she's a second-class citizen?
There's no second-class citizen. This is the king of the castle right here.
I have earned most of the people's votes.
See, this is the king of the castle here.
Ralphie says, what's a worse take by you? Moon landing being fake or Allen's a great guy?
Well, Allen is a great guy is an argument I would make. You can agree or disagree with that. The moon landing is fake. That's objectively true. So
you don't believe in achievement?
I clearly, I don't know what that sentence means. Decker, you believe in achievement?
Yeah, but Daddy, I would try to get votes without trying to start fights or trying to get votes.
She's right. She makes a good point.
You make a good point, Dak. But
We're
that's
trying to get
that's what you're for. You get me the votes. We're a
You
team.
can't be arguing while I'm trying to get votes.
Decker hates arguing.
How is she your daughter then?
She's half me, half my wife. She's only got half my genes.
I think it's more than I think I have more.
More mommy genes? Yeah, probably.
Alan says, I need to sneak into a meetup in disguise. If Alan shows up to the meetup with like the Bobby Valentine fake mustache, we might let him stay for 10 minutes and then kick him out because I'd appreciate the effort.
I think if you got to hang out with Alan, you've never met him in person, right?
Beastbreaker makes a salient point. Says Alan is a turd in the toilet.
Alan's a good dude. Alan's a good guy. We're making plans to go out to dinner again. He's out of town right now. But when he comes back, we're gonna go out to dinner again. He's a good dude.
John says you should eat a bowl of chicken and pasta.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. That's not gonna happen. That's out. I'd rather have peanut butter and salmon.
I told you what I thought you should do for this matchup, or if you advance, you got to go to a gas station and eat some pizza on the air.
The gas station pizza thing got. I said it was better than KFC or McDonald's or whatever. I said it was better than like the
Wendy's,
bottom
McDonald's, Burger
King. That's what it was. That's all I said. I didn't
any
say
item from any of those places. You said you rather have gas station pizza.
Yeah, so like if there's four corners and there's a Wendy's, what did I say? KFC, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's. Is that what it was? And a gas station, and you have to eat at one of those four places. Yeah, I'm taking the gas station. I'm taking the gas station pizza. And
Adam
that was
in, I like Alan, but he abandoned me as a child. See,
that's not cool. How could you abandon your own? That's not cool. Although I know that's not true because I know that Alan got snipped in his 20s, so that's not Alan's kid. If that's Alan's kid, someone's getting sued.
do you think Beastbreaker's voting for you this afternoon, or he's voting for Bonesy?
I have no idea what Beastbreaker does.
You guys have had an interesting relationship. It's been contentious. It's been friendly. It's always been a good conversation.
Beastbreaker, I'd humbly like to ask you for your vote. What he does with that, I don't know.
Beast, are you voting for Gary or Mr. Bonesy?
Hey, they're good. They're both funny guys, but hey, Gary, I like your good quotes, but when you and Brigger go head to head, Brigger gives you the TK boom.
I guess his.
Hey,
Go ahead.
No disrespect, Gary, but today you get to see my sandwich of the day. Get ready.
Yeah, are you from Chicago? Italian beef is a Chicago thing. You from Chicago?
Originally, yes.
Yeah, that's a.
But you better get ready for it because I got gabagool, I got salami, I got cheese, and we got some good stuff. So get ready, hold on tight, and remember, I love Wendy's. Wendy's is number one in my book. Their Baconators rock, their fries are good, and don't forget their water is not too bad either. I'm not too crazy for the soda because you don't want to ruin this down here, right here.
You don't want to ruin that physique. That's for sure. Yeah.
That's rule one. And yeah. I like your take with the chicken and pasta is better than anything else. Hey, I like that one. That was funny. And then the second best one is gas station pizza is better than a Big Mac. Hey, you do a great job. You know what? You sound like Roger Rabbit when you do that. Did you know that?
Gas station pizza is better than a Big Mac.
It's true. It's true. Gary does sound like Roger Rabbit. Yes, I have the movie on me. It's proof. It's 100% facts. There's no lie
I did the voiceover. That's how I made my fortune. I did the voiceover for Roger Rabbit.
Yes. This is a beautiful picture of him with the great Tony Soprano. Hey, I love this guy. You know why? This man tells it like it is. He's a great guy. But I miss that guy. Bless his heart. He did everything for the Sopranos. Bless his heart.
Best show ever. Greatest show ever.
Hey, I actually have several of those seasons, and I'll tell you, Tony Soprano is the greatest guy in the whole world. You know why? He tells it like it is. If you're late with payment or if you have a light envelope, you know what he's gonna tell you? You got 24 hours. Hurry up and get it.
He's fair, but he's firm. Yeah. Do me one favor though, B.
No, I have not, Mr. Brugger. I'm actually attempting to try that one of these days, but But don't worry, Mr. Burger. I will be voting for you come 2028. You will be the next president. And you know why you're going to be the next president? You're tough. You're as hard as bricks, and you lay down the law. It's called either shape up, or if you don't want to shape up, you get your ass out of here.
I will not be voting for Brigger. Unfortunately, I won't be able to vote for the first Italian president. I will not be voting for Brigger.
Hey.
He thinks that Gary needs more shots upside his head. This cowboy hates when you don't believe in achievement. Well, they call him One Punch Brigger. The moon landing was free. They call him One Punch Brigger. His claim is not too dirty. Call him One Punch Brigger. He did justice like his ass. One Punch Brigger. Does he know they need
What a battle this afternoon, huh? Gary and Bonesy. 4 p.m. Eastern hour today. Get ready. All right, let's get to the last calls here. If you're just joining us, we have heard from both King Loski and Neal. We have now heard from both Mr. Bonesy and Gary. The stage is set for the afternoon. Right now, it is all Loski, 64-36. So it feels like King is on his way to our national title game tomorrow afternoon. More calls. Let's say hi to Papa Jet. Hey, Papa.
Hey, Jake. How you doing?
What's going on?
Yes, this is tough to pick now, you know. All four guys are worthy, I think. All four of them are studs. So when I have a hard time like this, Jake, I always do kind of like a fake hypothetical situation. So my situation is I have a serious problem and I need some help. I need to talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to Gary. He tells me to get some testosterone and stop crying because real men don't cry. I go to Loski. He starts screaming at me, scares the shit out of me. It could have been words of encouragement, but I can't tell. I go to Neal. Neal takes a puff and tells me to suck it up, Buttercup. And then I go to Bonesy. He gives me that smile, says, let's go sit down and talk. So I think it's Bonesy.
Really? So you're taking Bonesy all the way?
Yeah. I like all four guys, though. They're all worthy. But, yeah, that's my take.
All right, look, fair take. Gary, is it true you would give Papa Jet testosterone? You're on mute, Gary.
Bonesy's one likable bastard. I'll be real. Like no one dislikes him. He's a likable dude. So I don't mind the take. I mean, I ask you humbly to vote for me. I think my calls have been more entertaining than him. I think I've offered more than the show than Bonesy has.
You definitely bring a lot, Gary.
I appreciate that. And my tag team partner here.
Yep.
Humbly ask for his vote.
See now, Jake, this is where it's going to get me now.
She'll get you right in the feels.
Yep.
He's playing the cute daughter card. That's the problem.
Yep.
Now, Bonesy's got an army of small children that he can tap into. So.
What happened?
He's got 3. I got 3.
Yeah, but we only know Decker.
The other 2 don't talk. So there's that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I have 2 younger brothers.
Well, one, yeah, with 2 brothers. I guess
one's 1 minute younger.
She is 1 minute younger. That's true.
Dixon's rooting for your nanny.
Dixon's a good dude. I say I got the nanny too. So
I like his picture is Luppy, by the way. Good job, Dixon.
So we got 4.
And I got the big fat dog.
The beard don't scare her, Gary?
What was that?
The beard don't scare her? It usually does.
No. You're not scared of the beard, right, Decker? You don't fear the beard. You're good. The beard looks good. That beard is stellar. That's a high quality beard there, Papa.
Harry Potter beard.
Well, I'll tell you what I do. I'll at least flip a coin for you and Bonesy then. That's the best I can do.
All right, I can live with that. I can live with that.
Wow, Decker on the short list.
I'll even
for
let you call it, Gary. Gary, I'll even let you call it. What is it?
Oh, tails never fails.
Okay, I'll let you know.
All right. I appreciate that. That's all I can ask for is a 50-50 shot.
Thanks, Jake.
Papa Jet, you got it. What an afternoon we have coming up here, folks. Get ready. Beast, you ready, man? It's going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. Yeah.
Right now, we're getting some gabagool. If you really want some gabagool, you gotta come get the gabagool. Catch you later.
Nothing like Beast on tape delay. Love it. More calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say hello to one of the greats. Who's he voting for? It's time to go up close and personal.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Hi, Jake.
David, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. Boy, I'll tell you what, I hope Beast, I'm sure he's going to make quite the sandwich. When we were kids, you know, growing up, gabagoo and salami, we used to eat that stuff like it was going out of style. He's making me hungry already. But as far as the voting goes, I thought about this actually in the last week. I voted for Neal, and you have 4 superstars there. Anyone would carry the championship, you know, really nice. But I voted for Neal because I had to go against Neal in the Sweet 16. So if he would have won the championship, I could say, well, I went down to the champion. That was the only reason. And as far as this afternoon, I don't have to work tonight, so I'll be glued to the phone.
Let's go.
And it is going to be a lot of fun, Jake. And I don't know who. I mean, it might even come down to a coin toss for me. I don't know who I'm going to vote for. So it's going to be fun.
I'm excited, David. I mean, this is what we wait all year for. Great matchups like this.
Yeah, you guys are ingenious. You and Gator and all your staff, you know, putting this whole thing together. It's been so much fun and interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great David T.
I got my Iron UG. I hope you like my Jets take. You know they call me David T. It's not easy for me to see, but if you bring me full stream, you might like what I had to say. I'll need to get real damn close, cause my vision is dog shit.
Great call by David. I'm in the giving mood right now. All right. It's the Final Four. I want to celebrate the greatness of Asmaniacs. We got an awesome raffle later this week with the Joe Namath Super Bowl III helmet. We got the Curtis Martin helmet, the Joe Klecko signed football. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to gift 5 channel memberships. Now, if you get one, I'm entering your name in the raffle, right? So these are coming from me, but I'm not entering myself in a raffle here. So I'm going to gift 5 right now. If you hear your name called, you're now a channel member. Now, before I do it, I'm going to give people who've never received a membership a chance here. What you need to do is like the video right now. Hit the thumbs up button on the bottom right side of the YouTube screen. Hit the subscribe button. You got to be a subscriber and like the video. Once you do that, in your settings, just make sure you have turned on gift receipts, and you got a chance to get a membership, all right? So I'm going to gift the membership now in 10 seconds. When you see Gary's Hot Nanny on your screen, that is when I'm gifting a membership. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I vote Decker and Gary.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially gifted 5 channel memberships. And on that note, time to sound the alarm. Here we go.
Money, 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 money.
All right, the following 5 Asmaniacs are now officially Asmaniacs, channel members. Easy to the Moon, Notorious TBG, Johnny451, Eric Andy, and David Rivera. Oh, we're not done. We got more memberships. How about this? Anthony snuck this one in before I even gifted. Anthony, shout out to you. Looking forward to seeing you at the draft party, baby.
Money, 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 money.
These 5 are from Anthony. If you hear your name called, thank him. When 007, Paul Rodriguez, Lorenzo Ramos. Just one in my bag. Alan Sucks and Ernesto Rivera, all receiving channel memberships. Love it. All right. Just like that, we added 10 memberships. Now, if you want it on the raffle, gift away to be a part of it. Let's say hello right now to Jets Jesus. What's up, Jets Jesus?
What's up, Jake? I got to make this pretty quick because I got a work meeting coming up in a couple of minutes. But been stoked about ASMANIAC Madness. I was traveling for work, so I voted for you, and I've now voted for it in 3 different countries.
Wow, that's incredible. That's got to be a first.
Got to vote in the Netherlands and got to vote in Iceland on my layover. Actually, I think on both layovers. So that was pretty fun. I was trying to call in, but I couldn't get the time zones and the shows to match up when I wasn't busy with work.
Now let me ask you this: who'd you vote for today?
Oh, I voted for King Loski today. We got to get this man to win. We got to get him his chicken soup, and we got the child out of here. We got to go Loski all the way to the finals and to the championship. And that's how I felt about it.
Jets Jesus has weighed in. King Loski writes in, thank you, Jesus. Jets Johnny, Jets Jesus spreading the gospel worldwide. It'd be nice if the football gods could smile on the Jets for once. We have paid our dues. God. Good call, Jets Jesus. Appreciate your support. Green Gang 365 has gifted 5 channel memberships.
I vote Decker and Gary.
Here we go. 5 spot of channel memberships. LJ Statues, Nick Salinitri, Steve Strickland, Daniel, Cody Decker. How about that? Decker is the reason we had that video of Gary's nanny, and Cody Decker just received a channel membership. All right. Great job by Jets Jesus there. Alan says, I do suck. So did Jake's 12-5 prediction last year. You act like that's a far-fetched prediction. You had the Jets going 10-7. So even you, the most negative Jet fan out there, is not actually a Jet fan, just likes to be negative. So you could say, I told you so. See? Ooh, I'm Alan. I'm just always going to be the negative guy. You had them winning 10 games. So don't act like me having them win 2 more games than you did is a far-fetched prediction. If I would have bet, and answer this, Alan, if I would have told you before the season started a year ago, Aaron Rodgers would start 17 games. He would not miss a snap due to injury. Not one. Your life is on the line. Are you betting the Jets are going 12-5 or 5-12? You have to pick one or the other. You're picking one or the other. Are you betting your life on 5-12 or 12-5? You would have said 12-5. So I don't want to hear it. Beastbreaker says Allen uses Dollar Tree toilet paper. He's probably right.
Hey, there's the truth right there. Another one, touchdown all night long. That's proof in the pudding. And I'm talking Jell-O pudding, and I'm talking strawberry Jell-O, orange Jell-O, all 100% proof. Allen is a douchebag. And you're not a man, Alan. You're just a little girl with little tetas that like Stargate that I store like porn. See you later, alligator. As they all say, fly like the eagle. Woo-hoo. Let's move along with the next caller, please. Come on, baby. Let's move on with the next caller.
Hey, Beast, I'm having tech issues here. I need you to host the show for a minute, all right?
Okay, all right. Due to technical difficulties, we're gonna play it very smooth here. Knowing, and yes, that was a good. Well, hey, Metro Funny, hey, I don't use Dollar Tree toilet paper, little fella. I go to Costco for my stuff. I go and no, I'm not a big bagger. I'm just a big man with a big muscle. Just because I'm a man. Hey, Jell-O's good for you. It's healthy. You're supposed to have it. That's part of vitamins A, B, C, D, E. If you don't have it, then you're nobody. Thanks, Alan. You did lose. You suck anyway. You're not qualified. FPP Ellen was the best call. Oh, Jesus Christ. FPP, if you were smoking dope or smoking crack, and you got the brains of a toilet seat, my friend. And I'm talking the cheap, bent, nothing happening, little thin cut toilet seat look like this, and you get at a dollar store. I go to Menards for my stuff. It's called, you want to save big money? You go shop at Menards. That's why they got tools. That's why they got pants. They got shirts. They got belts. They got peanuts. They also got anything that you want. You can go in there, you get 60,000 things at one hit. It's not difficult. And I'm going to say this for everybody. If you want answers, go to a good store and find good quality. It's not hard. All you got to do is get your pants up, get out there, go get some sweat, and, work it. It's like going to the gym, too. All you got to do is get a little muscle in your body. It's not that hard. And to Gary, vegetables are good for you. Fruits are good for you. Also, not soft drinks. I'm not talking soda, you morons. I'm talking, there's a thing called, it's in the store somewhere. You can get good watermelon, you can get good apple juice. You also can get good other juices as well. It also helps the muscles here too. See, it's common sense. You don't think? Let me just say this: there's only few of us real men who have guns like this left. You know why? Because these guns are weaponized. You know why? We stay in shape for one reason: we train, we say our prayers, we think good quality, and we think reality. And what did I see here? Somebody said something about New York here. Sorry, Mr. Daz. I don't go to the vending machine. Do you know the vending machine has disgusting crap in the food? For example, I ain't gonna touch Cheetos or Fritos. I'm sorry, they have disgusting chemicals in there. Did you read about that? RFK brought that up, and some other good people brought that up. So I'm sorry, your question is invalid, just like your brains on ragu sauce. Now take a walk. Mr. Benny, I do have fruits and veggies. Thank you very much. It's called corn. There's carrots. There's lettuce. Yes, it's out there, folks. Go out there and try it once in a while. It's not that difficult. It's not rocket science. It's simple, easy tech up here. Brains. It's not difficult. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going with Mr. Bonesy because the man, he knows how to rock it, and he sure know how to sock it. But when it comes to number one answer, and I'm talking the man's answer. If you want good answers, you gotta go with the man. He is the brother when it comes to the gutter. But when he knocks you out, he'll take you and knock you out with the butter punch.
Right now, we're getting some gabagool. If you really want some gabagool, you gotta come get the gabagool. Catch you later.
Appreciate it, Peace. Thanks for holding it down. Quick reminder, folks. Get your draft party ticket. It's all happening. If you want to meet Charles Gorman, Bobby and Mikey Midnight, Mr. Bonesy, and a slew of other Asmaniacs. Nate parentheses Nate. Snowball. Chef Kevin. Lee Van. I'm just going off the top of my head right now. Many, many more. Fireman Ed. Buy your ticket. Do it today before we sell out. Clinton Hall, New York City. A venue right near Penn Station and Grand Central, so easy access to take the train from anywhere in the tri-state. Folks, what a show it's been. What a show it has been. But it is time to declare a winner in our first ever Final Four matchup. The left side of the bracket is finally complete. Ladies and gentlemen, your first look at our champion of the left side of the bracket. Give it up to King Loski. King Loski moves on to the national championship game tomorrow afternoon. Second show for me. Loski versus either Gary or Mr. Bonesy. The final score is 65-34. 552 votes were officially cast. So it's Loski winning the left side of the bracket And now we await his opponent. Will it be 3D Boxing Gary or Mr. Bonesy? Joining us right now to react to his big win is our king.
Yeah! Yeah, God damn it! Go Gators and go Loski, you damn right! Just like them damn Gators, baby! We going to the ship! We going to the damn ship, baby! Asmania Madness! Yeah! Let's go, baby! Asmania! Maniac, I need more! I need to win this thing, baby! I need to sing that Van O'Leary win! ASAP, baby! I need the invite! I need it! Let's go, baby! I want to say thank you to the Asmaniacs! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready! I'm ready for the ship! Huh? You got me going against somebody who say Gary Jeter overrated! Or Mr. Bonesy, I was at the store, but you wasn't there. Man, I can't wait. Let's do it, baby. JTS! Just Woo!
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? ASMANIAC Madness. You get to pick the ones who make the show rock. Who's the king? That's you.
King Loski. Got my bucket of hat on for the king. And I'll smoke my victory cigar for you, King. Congrats to Loski. That's awesome, man. It'll be Loski versus the winner of this afternoon's contest. Bonesy, Gary. Who you got? Who you got? Championship bracket. Loski is already there. Who will he face off against? Who will win the best of the best trophy named after the late, great Keith Best? Unreal. Unreal. Thank you to everyone who voted. Thank you to everyone who called today. Gifted a membership. Makes the show so fun. Quick PSA. If you want the show in podcast form, you can get it on Apple or Spotify. Just search Jake Asman Show. Tell your friends that listen to podcasts to find us there. Tell them that the show is on YouTube every day and then post it as an audio podcast afterwards. And another PSA that we have merch in the merch store. And Patreon members, you get 20% off when you use that code. I posted in the Discord, and it's on the dashboard for the Patreon. So take advantage. We got new hats in there now. We got a rope hat in there. We got some AGHC merch. If you order it now, you'll get it in time for the draft party if you want to rock it at the party. Anyway, that does it for me. We're back this afternoon. I can't wait for the matchup between Gary and Bonesy. Two titans of this show going at it. Only one can win. We know King Loski has already won. So in honor of King Loski, I end today's show with some Gator magic. Have a good day, everybody, and we'll talk to you in a few hours.
Hey, Robert, thanks for taking my question. With Zach starting again Sunday, does he have any compromising photos of you or someone else in the organization?
No, it's a fair question, Jake. I'm going to take the fifth on that one.
What the hell is this going backwards bullshit? You don't go backwards. You throw the ball out of bounds with your big goddamn arm, and you go back in the fucking huddle.
No, it's a fair question, Neal.
This is bullshit.
Jose Feliciano, the blind Puerto Rican guitarist, can see that he is terrible.
This kid does not want to run with the ball. Are you kidding me? This is the shit I'm talking about. You bitch's ass. You did his ass on my damn field.
No, it's a fair question, King.
The third damn year we are seeing this in Nepal. He's not trying to win the goddamn game. You gotta be kidding me. Sit his ass the fuck down. I could have made 20 yards with that goddamn hole. If your quarterback cannot play in the NFL, they get rid of him. Oh, there's one of his 27 seconds, bro. Oh, it's amazing. I don't give a shit. If you cannot play football, get your ass off the field. And walk around and wipe Rodgers' ass because that's all you're good for.
And you're sitting here defending this bullshit.
If I see Zach Wilson go on that field, me and Loski are going on personally, and we're going to take his ass off the field.
It is torture, man.
God damn it.
All right, thanks, guys.
The only thing that can make this night better is some Charles Gorman Mother's Chicken Soup. Hello, Charles.
Hey, Charles, I need some more of that chicken soup.
It's Lenten season for us Christians/Catholics, so.
I need some of it, Charles.
And I'm sorry I didn't have any chicken soup today.
You sitting up there eating enchiladas.
I had a calzone for dinner.
I need it, Charles.
It was delicious.
Where is the recipes, Charles?
Anyways,
I need some of your mama's chicken soup.
I love to eat, so what can I say?
Yes.
I love this show, man. We got the best callers.